This morning, as you can tell, I started it 41 years ago, and I wanted to build a sculpture that by looking at it, you cannot tell that it rolls, anything rolls in it, unless you look at the title that biplane's pulling. It's 9 feet tall at the Sutro Tower, which is that tower in the upper corner. It's basically organized chaos. And what I mean by that is, when I show kids that by looking at this, my friends would say, why did you build that ugly thing? But then I put a ball in it and they say, oh my God, I want to build one. Then they wanted to be part of it. So as I got better at it over the years, I said, oh wow, that kind of looks like Lombard Street with the abstract sculpture. This is Lombard Street from right here. The street sign says Lombard and Grant. Grant Avenue is the gateway to Chinatown. There's a dragon, these Kubotas, little footbridge, some Japanese maples. And so Lombard Street and a cable car were my first thing. It's 9 feet tall, 9 feet wide from the new cornucopia to the America's Cup sailboat. The main tour, of which I only had one, was going to be the Golden Gate Tour. So this one that I'm going to first show you hits the main highlights of San Francisco. It spirals down 10 times on the inside of the Coit Tower, goes behind the Rice-A-Roni cable car, San Francisco's treat. It also goes past my great-grandfather's wine cellar. Lorenzo Lerda came from Italy in the 1850s. His wine cellar is right there. Lorenzo Lerda wine cellar. Those balls are now coming down Lombard Street after they went through behind the palace, or the Transamerica building that has my face looking up into it, like this. You can see the vision coming out of my eyes.
Oh yeah.
As a way of signing my piece, I used my profile. After it goes by from the old Cliff House and down Lombard Street, they go through Chinatown, like I said. Tony Bennett wrote a song called "I Left My Heart in San Francisco." My heart is inside the Palace of Fine Arts, right there. The toothpicks that made that heart were thrown at my wife and I at our wedding. Instead of rice, they threw toothpicks at us. When we came out of the church, I'm picking them up. She's like, would you get up? We got to get through this. The balls go out around the old windmill out here. They roll through the toll booth because of Fast Track. They used to stop. They then go across the Golden Gate Bridge. You could see Humphrey the whale splashing goodbye to us, thanking us for helping him get out of the bay. He was a humpback whale that got stuck in San Francisco Bay it was about 20 years ago almost. They go behind Alcatraz. You could see me swimming from Alcatraz right there. I've done it 5 times, and I'm not doing it again after they showed that footage of the great white. Yeah. Oh my God. They used to tell us that great whites didn't come into the bay. The balls then come into the Maritime Museum here at Aquatic Park, ending in Fly Shack or Pool. Then there's the Hyde Street Cable Car Tour, and the Powell Street Cable Car Tour is pink. The Hyde Street, the yellow one, is going to go in and out of these driveways.
Oh my goodness.
On their way down to the red light district. I have a piece of my fingernail clippers to hold the light post up for the red light district because it was broken a little while ago. They then go around the Oakland Bay Bridge. You can see the Giants World Series trophy. The ball will go down into the Coke bottle at Packville Park, and then they'll go around the inside of the mitt. If they get off their cell phone and get going here on the Bay Bridge there that people drive. The balls then go into Packville Park. They go into the ferry building. It has the time I was born on it, the time my mother was born on it, the time my wife was born. Then they come down by these little crabs that are escaping Fisherman's Wharf. They jumped out of the pot. There's a little crab right here invading the fishing boat. There's me doing a handstand on my skateboard. I did that for ABC. I still do a handstand on my skateboard. But I'm going to be 14 next February 29th. I'm a leap year baby. This one starts right there, by here, this seagull. Oh, looks like he did something on my shoulder. The ball rolls down. The centrifugal force brings the ball past this little hole. It takes this little drop, goes past this little hole, and then comes down by my grandfather's gymnasium, 2350 here in the 1920s. This is my favorite entry point, the Exploratorium right there. That's one of the newest entry points. But the newest entry point is the Warriors emblem. It goes around their emblem and into the trophy. I may not be Steph, but let's see. Yes! Waivers. Then there's I call the Mount Tam tour. You go through the different redwood trees of Muir Woods and Mount Tam. They go on 2 different runs and then they meet up. They go around a crystal. I bought my wife and I the week we met. It was this crystal, and the 4 different facets are all on here.
Yeah.
They go past the Haight-Ashbury Magic Mushroom Patch right there on Mount Tam. And then the balls take a trip, yes, pun intended, down John F. Kennedy Drive, through the DeYoung Museum, through Golden Gate Park, the Music Concourse, and they come out to the Pacific Ocean at the windmill. They drop down by the Missouri Battleship by this little Ferris wheel and windmill. Out of the Ocean Beach wall, that cement wall that has a stairway, I turned it into a tube. The balls come down, end in the Pacific Ocean at the fun house, and that's the sculpture.